Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Well, on here discuss more bad news. So this law in North Carolina, HB2, they're able to uphold that. It's so disappointing. You know, this is the problem we're gonna have with putting all these Republican attitudes in power. Now you got the presidency, the Senate, and and the House, all Republicans. You see how backwards some of these people are gonna get mad at me. Shouldn't call people backwards. They're backwards as hell. It's always trying to make things the way they were. I mean, when you hear these arguments about with this bathroom law, these people are saying that basically they don't acknowledge transsexualism at all. Basically, they just keep saying a man in a girl's bathroom, a man in the girl's bathroom, with no regard whatsoever to sending a man or a trans person or a person who is biologically male into a men's restroom where he is dressed like a woman. He's got the corset, he's got a bra on. Now, what is going to be the reaction of those men in the men's restroom? What is going to be their reaction to this person in the men's restroom? He could be beat up. I'm sure many people will be abused, and it only goes to humiliating this person for the rest of his life. Basically, you're saying, no matter what you think, you are a man, you are a man, you are a man. We will not accept you as anything but a man. There's a man and a woman, and that's it. These limited ass, country backwards ass ideas, which seems to be very much attached to most Republicans, are just going to keep us stuck in the Stone Ages. Now, I mean, it's so unfair. This law that they would be able to keep it on the books now. They threw that clown out, Pat McCormick, whatever his name is, that freak. But he's not unusual. That's a Republican person. That's how they think. They're only interested in this goddamn Ozzie and Harriet type family. Everything outside of that is abnormal. Just like they would say that. I mean, why would a person go through all it takes to become a transgender person just to go into the women's restroom to molest little girls? That don't make any goddamn sense. Men are the ones that you should be worried about molesting little girls. Straight heterosexual men are the ones who will be interested in molesting little girls. So unfair. If I was in North Carolina living there as a transgender person, I'd just leave. And quiet as kept, they're not doing all that much for just gay people either. Because they're saying that if you go and tell me I'm fired because I'm gay, I have no protection. I cannot sue anybody for that. That's okay. So it's always saying that some people are subhuman. The same laws don't apply to us because we're not the norm, not the majority. Majority rules everything. It's such bullshit. And I'm very fearful of all the steps backwards we get. Although it will be turned around, believe that, honey. When we get through being Republican for 4 and hopefully not 8 years, believe me, we'll be going back Democratic. Because to see how stupid and ridiculous all these laws is. But why we got to play ping pong? So now we got all progressive laws, all the advances have been made. Now I got a back paddle for these Republican views. Then we got a back paddle from there to Democratic views. And you just go back and forth and nothing ever changes, nothing ever gets better. Leave these goddamn people alone. It ain't none of your goddamn business what's under her dress. A woman's restroom, from what I understand, not that I've ever been in one, nor want to go into one, they have stalls. You go in there, you pull your panties down, you do your business. It's private. You think somebody's going to go and get titties put on their body so they can look under there and peek and see what you got? Don't be a damn fool. Now, if I was a parent and I was concerned about my child, and I think most sensible people do this. When my child goes to the restroom in some public place, like a mall, I go in the restroom. That parent should go in the restroom with the child. That's the way I would see it. I would not be sending my 19-year-old child. And that's the way it's been with me for years. I remember this even when I was a little kid. Go in there with with your children, because I mean you're in the real world. Hiding these people from the real world, not allowing them to know what a transgender person is, does not benefit society in the least bit. You go to most big cities, don't have these stupid ass backwards ass laws. It's because people are like a child is born in San Francisco. They know what a gay person is. Does it change their sexuality? No, they just know what it is. They just have a better understanding of life. They're more sophisticated. Keeping people's brains locked up is not going to help them. It's only going to create a new generation of bigots. So we go on and be in a nation divided by simple-minded ideas. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't went back into this. I'm glad this fool McCrory or whatever his name is, old bigot. I'm so glad she's out of office. But obviously, he ain't the only one, because there's still resistance. It's not like there are billions of of transgender people in the world. Most of these girls are going to experience a transgender person in a restaurant probably 4 or 5 times in their lifetime, and they say, "Hi, honey, hi." That's it. Don't stop this bullying spirit of the United States. And I know since this YouTube thing is national, international, I'm not going to sit up here and just try to talk shit about Southern people, Southern states, Southern ideas. Because, of course, there's good people all over the place. And there's bad people all over the place. And there's people who just don't know any better. There's people who live in them damn suburbs. They don't even know hardly what a black person is in 2016. They're so busy trying to stay in the past, stay protected, to where their family is only exposed to people that are just like them. That is no wonder that the people are still hardcore bigots in 2016. You don't want anything to change, but you have to understand that things have to change. You got to get a better understanding. Just like for years and years and years, they tormented gay people, saying that there was some association between pedophilia and being gay, but they're two completely and totally different things, opposite things. One's got nothing to do with the other. Most gay men I know, that's why they're gay men, because they like men, not children. You motherfuckers are the ones that like children. When they catch them, who do they catch? When you see a pedophile parade around on the street, do you ever see any gay boys out there with their plaid t-shirts? Hell no. They're grown men like men. By far. So all of that has to be debunked. You got to debunk it every state. It's just North Carolina, I'm ashamed of you. Do better. But you ain't gonna do better until you know better. And the only way you're gonna know better is to be exposed to different people. You've got to allow yourself, take the chance on being exposed to different people. You wonder why are big cities so much, always, generally speaking, more democratic? It's very simple. More liberal. I know you say it's a bad thing. It's because they're exposed to different kinds of people. In other words, if you live in a city, you're going to be exposed to an Asian person. And you're going to say, that's a nice person. And you're going to be exposed to a black person. And you're going to say, oh, that's a nice person. You're going to be exposed to bad people. But what you're going to realize is that people are just people. No one person is better than another person. They might have a different skin color. They may come from a different part of the world. But people are just people, honey. And you're going to have to realize that until you're willing to expose yourself to different kinds of people, different kinds of ideas, you're going to always be bigots. You're going to always live in your little worlds. And you think nothing's going to change. But those things are going to change anyway without you. And the world is a diverse place. Gay people are not all bad people. Just like trans people, not all bad people. None of the races are all bad people. Most people are basically good people. You always got them in some closet, some goddamn where, like, oh, these perverts, and they just mean. I mean, not one of those Republicans out here are making the argument for HB2. Not one of them has said anything about a transgender person. All they see is man and woman. They are so stuck on dicks, and because they of their perverted ideas, everything is about the organ, the organ, the organ. What the fuck? You're in a woman's restroom. You're in a booth, right? You wouldn't even be you wouldn't even be seeing someone else's organs, or you shouldn't have any interest in that. But I have never met a transgender person who was interested in little girls. Never. I know they wouldn't be bragging about it if they were, but that ain't hardly the issue. And if you think about it for a minute, you would realize that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Why would a man become transgender so he can go in a woman's restroom to see little girls' equipment? That's the least of their interest. They want to have that equipment, not be with it. Anyway, stupid ass law. Stupid ass law. And now I got to. I don't want to go any further into this because I'm just gonna start saying things that make me seem ignorant and stupid. All right, so it's horrible news. My trans friends, uh, people in the trans community, I'm sorry this has happened. I would say keep fighting. I guess you guys got reasons for wanting to be in them states. I got people have family that they have lives there, and we are all over the place. But it's a fight. Everything's a damn fight. Nobody, they don't concede nothing. Nobody wants to think rationally, rationally. All of them damn people. I just went online to do some research on this. Every day with a man in a woman bedroom, so what you want that man? So what you're basically saying is that man cannot be transgender because you don't want him in a woman's restroom. You don't want to acknowledge that he's transgender or he is anything feminine about him. You want to just see him as a dude. Okay, so then when he goes in the dude's, he can't go in the dude's restroom. He'll beat the shit out of him. So what, he was a trans person is supposed to shit in the bushes like a dog? People don't even think. Then they defend it. All right, I'm out of here. Horrible news. I feel bad for the trans people and gay people. Gay people, and we need to realize this. An assault against trans people is assault against all people. Either we're all equal or we're not. We all deserve respect or we don't. If you're saying that we do, because believe me, just like, because this law includes other things too, like we cannot sue people who want to discriminate against us in that state. So you're less than a person. You're inferior. That's what they're saying. They're saying that they have the high road and they're taking it. And everybody else is subpar and basically subhuman. Their battle is our battle. I mean, I'm through with this. I do want to give. I'll say one positive thing though. I am happy that the NAACP and these civil rights organizations are finally siding with LGBT people and seeing that the issue is not black rights or Mexican rights. It's human rights. We're all people. We're all human rights, and we all have similar desires, and we're all worthy of the pursuit of happiness, unobstructed by bigotry. Here's my speech for today. All right. Hopefully, at some point, we'll be able to come on here and say this has changed, but not today.